Capítulo 2 en Vampyr. La verdad es que había dejado un poco descuidado esta serie, más que nada porque tuve Guerra Mundial Z y pues realmente me la he pasado un par de veces. De hecho, pues ahorita voy a tratar más o menos de recordar cómo son los movimientos, porque la verdad es que sí estuve un buen rato ahí con Guerra Mundial Z, que también es un buen juego, pues ahorita que pues estamos dentro de los no muertos. Y pues vamos a continuar como tal, porque déjenme ver hacia dónde es. Yo creo que por acá. Ok, pues vamos a salirnos. Probablemente sea por acá.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city?
Vale, pues tal parece, creo que sí es por acá. Y por lo que recuerdo es que teníamos que ir a los muelles, que creo que ya llegamos a los muelles. Entonces pues está muy en corto. Vale, aquí únicamente apretando el botón de tache es como pude desplazarme, teletransportarme. ¿Qué dice? Cazador. Vale, pues son los enemigos. Que hay que recordar que ahorita pues no voy a matar ningún ciudadano, entonces pues voy a avanzar lentamente en lo que viene siendo la experiencia. Que dice ataque oportunista, fuera de combate, detrás de un enemigo, silenciosamente. Pues no salió silenciosamente, ¿eh? ¿Cómo? O sea, caminando tal vez así. No lo sé. Tendré que averiguar qué es eso de silenciosamente. Vale, no sé qué hice. Creo que me curé o algo así. La verdad no lo sé. No, pues ni idea de cómo sea silenciosamente. Me pregunto para qué serán los chelines. Que pues realmente llevo muy poco. Dice tarjeta de enemigo. Bueno, eso ya lo tengo. Resistencias. Algunos enemigos son más resistentes a determinados tipos de daño. Hay 4 tipos de resistencia: lucha cuerpo a cuerpo, de largo, alcance, poderes sangre, sombra. Naranja indica una resistencia media, rojo indica una resistencia alta. Oh, vale. Y al parecer son de distancia. Y a la sangre pues no son muy buenos.
Look lively! It's on to us! Back in the crate! What's some of this?
¿Qué onda? No hizo nada en ataque. Ah, sí, sí, sirve para poner ataque. L1 es para darme sangre, vida. Dice armas de largo alcance. Equípate y presiona triángulo para usar tus armas de largo alcance, infligir daño estándar, así como daño por aturdimiento. Ten cuidado ya que las municiones son limitadas. Pues como tal, yo recuerdo que ya tenía el arma, lo único que me faltaba era la munición.
Last warning, sir! I'd head back if I were you, sir. Last warning, sir! Look lively! It's on... Get weapons ready! We found one! Bloody leech!
Nuevas prácticas, nuevas tácticas, nuevos coleccionables. Vamos a subirnos porque aquí hay otro. Lupa usada. Pues vamos a poner mucho daño para hacer aturdimiento, ¿eh? Bueno, más bien sigilo, perdón. Ahí hay un muertito. Ah, no, es alguien desconocido. ¿Cómo se llama? Ah, ni idea,
Over there! There's one of them!
Proyectil de escopeta. Me fijé en los otros. Bala chelines. Bala chelines.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Dice armas para usar con las dos manos. Equipa un arma para usar con dos manos y presiona triángulo para usar esta habilidad especial. La boyana, por ejemplo, puede usarse para la defensa de un ataque inminente y causar un daño importante si se utiliza a tiempo. Se supone que tengo 6 balas. Al parecer puedo usar 4 poderes con los R y con los L. Y vamos a ver qué más podemos usar. Por aquí he visto un tío. De nombre desconocido. Pues ni idea, pero por qué lo había visto. Y es que no quise ir porque primero quería por esta arma. Aquí está.
It's locked, all right.
Pero no puedo pasar ahí. A lo mejor me tengo que dar la vuelta. Una camita. Bueno, ahorita no voy a ocupar esto porque me faltan recursos, más que nada. Chelines. Oh, mira, puedo reabastecer acá. O sea que puedo usar mis balas y recargarlas. Aquí tengo cierta duda. Se supone que ya había dejado un arma ahí predefinida, la Guyana, pero ¿por qué no me la deja? Pues está medio raro, porque no me deja cambiarla. Y por ende tampoco me deja usar el revólver.
I cannot enter. This place reeks of bloodshed.
William, please stop. Just a sip, I promise. You are my dearest friend. You're my last and
This
dearest.
creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Ahí también te puedo chupar. Bueno, y me dio otro coleccionable.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Scal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Vale, pues también tiene acá su lado de vampiresa.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me. This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Bueno, pues el primer enemigo un poco más difícil, no lo sé. ¿Ustedes qué tal lo vieron? Por lo menos pues ya vamos aprendiendo un poco más, ¿eh? Oh, miren, también ese tío saludable. Ya lo podemos chupar, comer o como lo definan ustedes. Un nuevo trofeo de plata. Al amanecer discutimos. Pues creo que vamos al hospital, ¿eh?
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate...
Gentlemen, you shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stone, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Bueno, pues como ven, somos el Dr. Reid y ahora vamos a trabajar en un hospital. Vamos a ser el Dr. Vampiro. Dr. Vampiro se le solicita en la sala de cirugía. Dr. Vampiro.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Bueno, pues aquí estamos, capítulo 1, llevarme a un hospital. Hospital Rimbrook, estado del distrito. No alcancé a leer bien. Ok, dice hay que entrar al hospital. Pues miren que comenzamos aquí abajito, escondite, otro escondite. Empezamos acá en Southwark y ahora estamos en el hospital. Pues ahora que somos el doctor Vampiro, vamos a trabajar.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Ok, dice calidad de la sangre. La calidad de la sangre indica cuántos experiencia obtendrás de un ciudadano específico. Cuando mayor sea la calidad de sangre, más experiencia conseguirás. Presiona X para continuar y es Clay Cox. Presiona para obtener detalles. Pues tenemos un caso aislado, pero al final de cuentas es un ciudadano con nombre, entonces no lo podemos comer. Dice, para beber la sangre de tu presa, primero debes mesmerizarla para que se aleje de la vista de los demás. Tu nivel de mesmerización debe ser igual o mayor a la resistencia del ciudadano. Presiona para mesmerizar a Clay. Pero pues no me lo quiero chingar. Aquí no lo entiendo, No sé si a fuerza lo tengo que hacer, Creo que sí. Sombra, sigue el camino para atraer a tu presa hasta las sombras. Dice, tentación de sangre. Presiona para apropiarte de Clay o círculo para liberarlo. Al apropiarte de Clay obtendrás un impulso enorme de experiencia, pero debes tener cuidado ya que habrá consecuencias. Conocer más cerca de los ciudadanos y recopilar sus pistas aumentará la experiencia obtenida. Ok, vamos a liberarlo.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Ok, acabo de ganar un trofeo. Dice liberación piadosa, un trofeo de plata. Entrar en el hospital Pembroke. Pues vamos a continuar acá con nuestro viaje.
Whoa, I feel giddy. What happened?
Pues que no iba a ir al hospital. Literal.
Did I black out?
Pues vamos a proseguir.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Literal, los tienen en casa de campaña acá afuera en el frío y la lluvia.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Tell me more about cherished people.
Well, she is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Vale, pues a través de las conversaciones estamos obteniendo pistas que creo que esto a la vez pues
What is the Pembroke
te
Hospital
ayuda a
situation?
que tengan más
And
experiencia y sobre
please,
todo
speak
si te los
freely.
comes pues ahí se vea
This
reflejado
hospital is
todo
not
esto.
exactly the best of London. I'm
Entre,
sure you are
pues,
used to
otras
working in a
cosas.
better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What is the...
This hospital...
It's more...
Don't be...
Vale, pues por el momento
Goodbye,
es todo.
Dr. Tippett.
Come on, I don't
Good
have-
evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised. But I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things here?
Not...
Le voy a adelantar un poquito para que pues, digamos, no se nos haga muy tedioso a lo mejor para algunos.
Is that why?
E ir un poquito más hacia la...
No.
a la acción.
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Únicamente voy a dejar las pistas porque creo que es interesante.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask if... And
I get... Well, you... You'll get...
If you... Thank you, nurse.
Dice, debido a la gripe, este hospital no puede admitir más pacientes. Hospital lleno, por favor regresa a su casa. A lo mejor es el coronavirus, ¿no? Porque así están la mayoría, por lo menos en México es un caos, es un pinche desmadre.
Good evening, sir.
Muy mal, muy mal. Este pues tiene como una insignia media japonesa, no lo sé. Pero dice negociamos. Contrabandea armas.
I'd like
wise choice, Doc.
Comprar. Ah, para eso sirven los chelines. Pero aquí no dice cuántos chelines tenemos. Ah, ahí ya dice arriba 68. Escopeta de Milton, cuesta bastante. Y nosotros podemos venderle también. Pues como no sé qué necesito, ahorita lo voy a dejar ahí. Ya posterior pues veremos qué puedo vender o qué hacemos. Ahorita vamos a hacer inventario.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett. You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
You're no, you don't have... Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Pues ahora, después de conocer parte del personal, que pues sí hay bastante,
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
Good evening, sir.
Unless
I'm
you get... How it is... No. No,
you don't...
if...
Where were you stationed? No,
You...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
ah miren, es el
Good evening,
padre
Mr.
Avaro.
Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed...
What
you...
How...
I had... With...
You...
I'm just...
Tom?
People... Help.
Who...
Not... What is it?
Who's in... Has... Have you...
Not you...
You're at...
Why am...
I...
Not...
Why? That's... Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. It's locked.
También pues no sé qué onda con esas llaves misteriosas. Oh, miren, ahí hay un negrito.
Good evening, Doctor.
En serio que hay bastante gente.
What made... This... What? Well... You seem question. Do you? Oh no, I see.
Ingredientes faltantes, no hay investigación. No sé bien qué es eso que se refiere.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's...
But because...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Pues literal acá conociendo a todo el personal.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr.
Reed,
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why? I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And
right.
Since if you, I'm, there is
that.
If you, I'm, there is no.
That is.
Since I don't. I don't know what you've heard. Knowledge has always been and will remain.
It is not.
It seems we can.
I don't.
Knowledge.
It is not.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Aquí está el paciente que
Good evening,
requiere
sir. I'm
un
Dr. Reed.
procedimiento delicado.
Tell me, I was enough. Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job...
I was...
You... Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry. How... Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Pues las bombas prenas, dice. Carta inconclusa. Vamos a ver quién es este.
Good evening, madam.
Pensé que era como bombero.
What?
No. I'm... Yeah.
What is... Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency.
Pues le cobraron, Pues realmente no podemos opinar mucho sobre ello.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Y supongo que este es su hijo.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
No.
Really? Could you... Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your pet... How...
So...
Nice?
Yes.
How so...
All right. Don't waste your time with me.
It's locked, all right. Good evening. I'm Dr. Walwick. What do you know? A pawnbroker?
Yes.
Who?
What with the...
Are you?
What?
It's...
How? Yes. What? It would...
I went... Please show me what you have.
Vamos a ver qué vende. Codeína, opio, una fórmula enigmática. Pues cosas no 100% médicas, pero pues sí más o menos que se ven en el rubro. Pues vamos a subir. Por lo menos creo que ya no tengo que hablar con nadie. Pero voy a ver si no hay recursos por acá. Ah, joder. Un desconocido.
Good evening. And what?
I don't... No.
Please.
It's a...
Who? This
I'm not...
ice.
Thank you, more...
Nueva investigación, objetivo equivocado.
Who?
Is...
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities. Good evening.
Good evening.
Pues sí, hay muchas personas, ¿eh?
It's...
No.
Imagínense si leyéramos todo esto.
Milton's...
Sería bastante.
What? Well...
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve. Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Carta larga. Muchas cartas. Y también está grande este lugar. Sierra usada. Historia clínica de T. Ilwood.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Ese es un trofeo. Artículo de los icons. Confeccionar. Primero debes analizar los componentes que has encontrado para desbloquear nuevas ¿qué? Recetas Haz clic en los componentes que deseas analizar. Muestra de sangre de William Bishop. Sueros. Creo que me subió ahí experiencia. Dice, tienes componentes suficientes para mejorar una de tus armas. Pero la verdad es que no quiero mejorar ahorita nada.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Pues vamos al jardín y después ya nos dormimos. Literal. Espero que haya salida por acá.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Carta arrugada. Pues creo que ya he agarrado bastantes coleccionables aquí, que hay demasiados, Creo que tengo que... okay. No puedo subir. Ya ven que luego se aprieta tache, pero no podía subir. Imagínense que me coma acá a todos estos tíos. No entiendo cuál es el... Dice, medianoche en el jardín del bien y del mal, ingresar al jardín trasero. Pues vamos a descansar entonces en la cama. En la camita. Y pues creo que también dejaría hasta aquí el video, porque de todos modos pues ya se va a acabar. Bueno, pues esto es lo que tengo ahorita para mejorar. Obviamente pues voy a darme un tiempo para